Ganda ng t-shirt mo. Ano nakalagay? Good trip, ha? Ano yung Bangkok? Bangkok? Nagutom ako doon sa Bangkok. Hindi ko type. Fried rice lang ang gusto ko doon. Mic test.
Magandang hapon,
Oh,
MPC.
hapon.
We have Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Spokesman Secretary Salvador Panelo. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, MPC. We welcome the acceptance of the VP Lenny of the offer of, as well as the appointment to her by the President as anti-illegal drug czar. As we said earlier, we welcome her return to the cabinet. And as I pointed out, this is her moment, and she should seize this opportunity because destiny awaits her and history beckons. So this is it. By her acceptance, it shows that she is much smarter than her colleagues in the opposition who do not want her to succeed. Welcome, Vice President Lenny, back to the cabinet.
Maraming salamat, Secretary Panelo. MPC, question?
Para hindi makapaniwala si ano, itong si
Celerina.
Jonah. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, if I remember it right, the Vice President was removed from her post before as one of the cabinet members.
No, she was not
because
removed.
she
Let me
was-
correct you there. She was never removed. As I have explained in previous press briefing, the reason why she was not asked to attend cabinet meetings because the president didn't want to embarrass her. Because if you recall, as a member of the cabinet, she was making statements against the policies of the administration. And no member of the cabinet ever confronted her. It was, as far as we were concerned, she was still welcome. But that was an eerie thing, you know, when you're a member of a group and then you keep on criticizing the group when you're outside of it. So the president felt that she didn't want to be embarrassed. So she was advised not to attend.
So
But
this,
she was not removed. She resigned from her post.
so sir, this time, what will be the difference, considering that the Vice President already mentioned earlier that she would still criticize the government insofar as the war on drugs is
No,
concerned?
she didn't say she will criticize. She said
She would.
that she is against killing, she is against whatever.
So,
If she's not the drug czar, then she can do what she wants. It will be her method of stopping, eliminating the illegal drug menace in this country.
but
And she will have the support of the entire members of the cabinet, as well as the agencies under her.
But sir, in the event that she would still continue to criticize the administration on its policies, would she be again asked not to attend anymore any cabinet meeting?
I don't think she will be criticizing because she will be on top of the situation. She will be there. How can she be criticizing herself?
So sir, paano yung magiging arrangement? Paano yung magiging siya yung magiging top official dun sa war on drugs? Would she be given the authority, the power to like over the PNP and the PIDEA? Paano po?
That is precisely why she has to talk with the president. The next step is for her to see the president so that she can iron out whatever ideas she has, whatever thing she would want the president to give her relative to her position. So they have to discuss.
So far, meron na po bang communication sa Office of the President kung kailan yung meeting?
Oh, she's invited anytime, but I think the executive secretary will do the inviting.
Thank you, Celerina. Maricel Joseph Chona.
In fact, she's invited to attend today's cabinet meeting, but I suppose it's so tight a schedule. I don't think she may be able to come.
Sir, just a clarification on that. You sent her an invite to attend the cabinet meeting
No,
today?
in fact, I said she is invited to attend, and I mentioned that already yesterday, the other day, and this morning. If she so desires, but I don't think she would have the time to come here because it's very tight. She may have some appointments.
But are you waiting for her to come?
No, we're inviting her, and I think the executive
come here.
secretary will most probably send her a formal invitation to see the
Ah.
president.
Okay, so there's a need for a formal invitation.
Coming
A
up-
formal invitation.
I think so.
Okay. Sir,
Or she
kanina,
can request for a courtesy call, which is the ordinary thing to do among members of the cabinet. We always ask.
so sir, does it mean na magkakaroon pa rin ng amendment doon sa Executive Order number 15? Because I think that was the question of Attorney Barry Gutierrez na sinasabi na wala kasi yung co-chair doon sa EO15.
I think
So now that she
I've already
accepted,
responded to that. And the fact alone that the vice president accepted it, she agrees with our position that there is no need for any amendment. The
Kanina-
president has the continuing authority to reorganize. The fact alone that she has been appointed, ipso facto, as a lawyer, that is an amendment to the executive order. It's coming from the president.
kanina sir, sinabi rin po ni VP Lenny na marami daw nagtatanong sa kanya kung handa na raw ba siya. Pero ang tanong niya, kayo daw ba handa na sa
Eh,
kanya?
matagal lang handa, kaya nga binigay sa kanyang posisyon. Di ba? I think that's common sense. You offered, and you give. That means the appointing power is of the belief that the person being appointed is capable of doing the job.
Okay, thank you sir.
Joseph.
So what kind of working relationship can we expect between the president and the vice president?
It should be good because there is an appointment and there is an acceptance. So the appointee and the appointing power are in accord with the position.
All right. So when she assumes no yung position niya as co-chair, how much will she have access to documents from the council? What kind
From
of
what
documents?
council?
The anti-drug council, sir.
Well, of course, she's the co-chair. Why should she not have access?
So she will have access to
As
all-
we said, we will give all the support. Being a member of the cabinet, it behooves all of us to help each other because her success is the success of the cabinet as well as this administration and ultimately the Filipino people.
Sir, would you know if there has been, repeat ko lang yung question ni Mase, has there been a formal invitation? O kailangan ba ng formal invitation pa?
I don't.
For the
First,
cabinet.
if she wants a formal invitation, then that could be forthcoming. But as I said, members of the cabinet, if you're already a member of the cabinet, all you need to do is just request for a meeting with the president. That is what we do, all of us. We course through our request to the appointments office so that it will be scheduled.
Okay. Sir, today yung cabinet niya 5 o'clock, no?
Yes.
Sige.
Thank you, Joseph. Chona, Evelyn, Raymond, and DJ.
Sir,
Pia.
Vice President Robredo said kanina, sabi niya, at kahit sabihin na natin ang alok na ito ay pamumulitika lamang at hindi naman talaga ako susundin ng mga ahensya at gagawin nila ang lahat para hindi ako magtagumpay, handa akong tiisin ang lahat ng ito.
Good. It only means she's sincere. And she should be commended for that.
What assurance anong may bibigay natin sa kanya na this will not happen. Sabi niya na gagawin nila ang lahat para hindi ako magtagumpay.
Oh, as I said, her success is our success. And her failure will be our failure. I don't think we would want that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chona. At Evelyn, mic please. Wala yung mic. Chona, pera muna ng mic. Salamat. Okay. Thank you, Mela.
Good afternoon, Secretary. So sinabi niyo po kanina, dinesignate po si Vice President because he's capable of doing the job. So admission din po ba ito na hindi talaga kaya ng dating namumuno sa against drugs ang
No.
trabahong ito?
As I have repeatedly said, it was her position that the drug war is a failure or is ineffective. And she was suggesting that we should find some tax. And the president feels, after listening to her, that she could have some tax in her mind. And so she gave her the opportunity, the chance
Okay.
to
Sir,
help.
Sir, ano po sa tingin niyo yung missing link for the success of the drug operations na dapat i-consider ni
We'll
Vice
have to ask
President?
the new anti-drug czar. She will be in the hot seat.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ate Evelyn. DJ, tapos Raymond, Pia.
Sir, good
Yes.
afternoon po. Sir, could you specify ano po yung responsibilities ni Vice President sa position na to? And how will she split her powers
We cannot be
with
speculating
the
on her
co-chair?
responsibility.
So-
It will be between the president and the appointee. They will have to discuss that.
But is she equal to PIDEA Chief Aquino? Co-chair po kasi yung position.
Oh, hindi kung co-chair, di pareho sila.
So, but PIDEA Chief Aquino is not cabinet rank, sir.
Oh, so what?
So that means yung position itself.
Doesn't mean anything.
It's
They're
not going
both
to be cabinet rank.
co-chair in the same entity.
Pero cabinet rank po ba yung position na in-offer kay Vice
Yes,
President?
may beses nating paulit-ulit.
Pero
Ngayon
yun
naman,
nga sir,
ang kulit
there's a
naman.
confusion kasi co-chair.
Paulit-ulit. Ano bang gusto mo exactly? What do you want?
Kasi they're co-chair, sir.
Oh, so
it's
what if they're
equal po
co-chair?
yung position nila.
Oh,
One is cabinet rank and the other is not
why
cabinet
no
rank.
kung ano naman? Ano naman diferensya nun? Sige nga. Ikaw naman.
Sir,
Anong difference?
okay. What are the parameters for success?
Hindi nga natin alam pa yan. Siyempre, kaya nga mag-uusap sila eh. Kaya nga, hindi ba si Vice Presidente, meron siyang gustong mga ideya, meron siyang mga hiningi. Kaya nga, edi sabihin mo kay Presidente, para she should know kung anong gusto niya to be effective, di ba?
I mean, as early as now, sir, you can say na ito yung mga pwede nating
I'm not
parameters
the
or
president.
conditions.
I'm just his spokesman.
But obviously, sir, kasi iba yung perspective ng Vice President and the President regarding
Antayin na
drug
lang
war.
natin muna na i-outline kung ano ang kanyang powers.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, DJ. Raymond. Then, Pia.
Sir, last time when he was the vice president had seat chairman, I think she resigned or she was asked to resign.
She resigned.
She resigned because her thoughts or her policies are against to the line of policies about the administration. Again, this time,
Not necessarily, as I said kanina pa. She didn't want, the president didn't want her to be embarrassed inside the cabinet. Kasi pag banat ka ng banat, tapos karap mo yung mga nasa miyembro ng kabinete.
Ito ngayon.
Pag nakantsawan ka doon, mapapahiya ka. O para hindi na, huwag ka na muna umaten.
ito ngayon, ang sabi niya kanina, accepting the post doesn't mean that she would stop criticizing or saying her own thoughts. So again, inasahan natin na he will be a cabinet member and a critic at the same time.
Hindi nga mangyayari yun kasi siya na nga, she will be criticizing herself. Siya nga ang bossing sa illegal drug, di ba? O how can she be criticizing her own self? Siya nga ang on top of the situation.
So also, going back dun sa, sa tanong kanina, as a drug czar, so she will be entitled also with the intelligence reports as what the
Oh,
president has.
Siyempre, she will be.
And she will be
Kaya
given,
nga, siya nga ang drug sa... Paano can be a drug sir kung hindi mo alam kung ano nangyayari sa teritoryo mo?
and as drug czar, she will be in full control and supervision of the intelligence fund against drugs.
Ay, nakipresidente na yun. Kaya nga kailangan mag-usap sila. Dapat si BP Lenny, if I were in her place, siyempre sasabihin ko kay Presidente, Mr. President, ito ang kailangan ko. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. O, di ba?
So,
Hanggat di niya sinasabi, hindi natin malalaman kung anong gusto niyang mga pamamaraan, mga bagay-bagay upang siya'y maging matagumpay sa bago niyang posisyon.
okay. So the whole instrumentalities, resources, and powers of the government against illegal drugs is at the Vice President's perusal and disposal now.
Sinasabi na nga kanina pa. Meron na nga memorandum si Presidente sa lahat ng mga agencies
sabihin mo.
involved in the operation, mag-cooperate kayo dyan sa bagong co-chair.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat, Raymond. Pia, Tina, Joyce, tapos balik tayo kay Joseph.
So, sir, with the acceptance of VP Lenny with the position, she's considered the drug czar of the administration, of the
Yes.
government. Can she be considered the drug czar kung co-chair lang ng ICAD yung posisyon na in-offer sa
No,
kanya?
sinabi na nga ni Presidente siya ang drug sir eh. Ano pa ba?
Pero co-chair, sir.
Kahit pa. Mismo yung appointing power sabi, ikaw ang drug sir. O ano pa bang gusto natin?
So, yun nga, sir. So, sinong mas mataas sa kanila ni PDEA Chief Aaron
O
Aquino?
hindi yun ang tanongin niya kay Presidente kung masyado siyang, kung nagdududa pa siya.
So, yun sir, yun on the operational aspect. For example lang sir, because they're co-chair, pag merong
Iya,
problem
as
doon
I
sa...
said, kung ano ang kailangan ni Vice Presidente, kailangan sabihin niya yung kay Presidente. Right now, we will all be speculating. Hindi natin alam lahat kung anong gusto ni Vice Presidente at kung ano ang ibibigay rin ni Presidente sa kanya.
So sir, yung functions ng chair or co-chair siguro nung ICAD is laid out in the EO 15, but you said kailangan mag-usap pa rin sila ni Presidente so she can tell the President what she needs. So can we say that her functions can go beyond what was listed or specified in the EO if that is
You'll be
needed?
speculating again. Kailangan tanongin niya kay Presidente yun. Puro tayo mag-i-speculate niyan. Let's wait for her. We cannot be more poppies than the Pope.
Okay, sige. Okay, sir. Sinabi din ni PDEA Chief Aaron Aquino before that VP Lenny would fail as a drug czar
In-explain niya
because
naman
she has no
In
experience in
fairness
law
to
enforcement.
PD Aquino, sabi niya, he was only referring to experience. Binawi niya naman, di ba?
Particular, sir, experience in law enforcement. Does the palace share the same sentiment, sir?
About what?
About yung sinabi ni PDEA Chief Aaron Aquino.
She will learn on the job. Lahat naman yan eh. Everyone learns.
Sir, yung the problem on drugs, is that not important enough to have a person in position that will not learn on the job but instead is already capable to handle the
Let
job
us
in the
not
first place?
underestimate the capability of this Vice President. When she was criticizing, she appeared to have a lot of ideas in her mind because she said, it's not effective. Let's use other tactics. Then she must have a lot of ideas in her mind.
Thank you,
So
sir.
let's wait for her.
Thank you, Pia. Tina?
Sir, it's safe to say that the Vice President will be handling operational aspect of the anti-drug operation.
Siguro dahil drug czar nga eh. Parang yung si Erap, di ba? Ng crime czar siya nun.
So
Sa
pwede siya
operation siya.
mag-deploy ng police and any other...
Lahat ng yan will have to be discussed with the President. Siyempre, magkakaroon sila ng outline, guidelines.
So sir, what will be the role of President Duterte in the drug war now? after she has designated.
He-
He has
he's the,
designated
he's the
others.
president of the Philippines.
So he will still be on top of the drug campaign.
Kaya nga ginawa ng drug czar si VP Lenny, di siya ang on top of the situation. Oh, she will be reporting to the president. The president will be listening to her. She will be asking advice from the president kung okay yung ginagawa niya. Baka meron pang gustong gawin.
Okay.
Pia. Sorry, Tina. Joyce. Tapos balik tayo kay Joseph.
Sir, ang sabi ni President Duterte noong una, hindi siya makikialam kapag si VP Lenny na yung tumanggap dito nga sa drug czar na posisyon. Pero kanina sabi ni VP Lenny sa end ng kanyang speech na may natitirang higit 2 taon pa si Pangulo Duterte. Hindi pa
Hindi
huli.
2 taon.
Higit
2 taon at 8 buwan. Hindi, kasi November na eh.
Okay.
Bilangin mo.
Okay.
June eh. June.
Okay, sir. More than 2 years.
Hindi mo binibilang.
Sa term.
Binilang ko uli eh.
Higit 2 years, sir. Ang sabi po ni VP Lenny, hindi pa huli ang lahat para magtulungan sila ni Pangulo. Ang tanong po, makikialam po ba si Pangulo? Makikipagtulungan po ba siya personally kay VP
Abay, kung
Robredo?
hinihingi ang tulong ni Presidente, ba't naman hindi siya tutulungan?
So po,
Meanwhile, we will let her to lead that agency.
pero po ibig sabihin, sir, po pwede siya mag-interfere in the middle of her work.
Kung gusto nga ni BP, kung gusto niyang humingi ng tulong kay Presidente, sabi niya, Mr. President, kailangan ko yata ito. Siyempre tutulungan siya ni Presidente. Hindi pakikialam yon, kung hindi pagtulong yon sa isang miyembro ng kabinete.
So mag-interfere lang po si Pangulo kapag hiningi po ng tulong ni VP Robredo.
Hindi mag-i-interfere, tutulong. Kasi pag sinabi mong interview, pakialaman mo yung hindi mo dapat pakialaman. Binigyan mo na nga ng trabaho. Haven't you noticed the President doesn't interfere with any of us in all the departments unless we ask him to help us? Hindi siya nakikialam talaga. Ganun ang estilo niya ever since eh. Kahit nung mayor pa siya, ganyan siya. Kaya lang, accountable ka.
Means to say, sir, ready na umalalay si Pangulo kay VP Robredo.
Ano sabi mo?
Ready pong umalalay
Sana
anytime.
tawag mo doon sa memorandum. May instruction na nga, alalayan nyo eh.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat, Joyce. Joseph, tapos Alexis.
Sir, I'm sure there will be fundamental differences between the president and vice.
Nag-speculate ka na kagad ng
I mean, based on their statements and based on her criticism of the drug war, that's not speculation.
Baka
That's based on
naman,
past behavior.
baka naman when she accepted, iba na yung pananaw
And
niya.
didn't you want the alternative ideas you said before? She
Lalo.
might have different ideas, so that's why you got her in,
Baka
right?
hindi different, baka mas improved ideas.
Still,
mas better.
Still not the same idea. Now, suppose VP Lenny will have a different direction as to where she wants to lead this drug war, and very different from the way President Duterte wants to conduct it. Will she be given free rein?
Unang-una, hindi pa nangyayari yan. Kaya speculation yan.
The policy question
I
yan,
will
sir.
not go into that.
Policy question, will she be given
I will not
free
go
rein?
into that until it happens.
So you can say that she will be given free rein.
Alin?
You cannot say that in terms of power, sir. In terms of power and direction.
Pag-uusapan pa nga yung exact the scope of her power. Siyempre, kailangan, kahit kung ako rin si VP Lenny, malaman ko, ano ba yung extent ng power ko, Mr. President. Tinatanggap ko ngayon yung posisyon ko. Pero bigyan mo naman ako ng bird's eye view. Ano bang akin dyan?
Alright.
Pag nalaman ko, medyo, pwede ho ba, sir? No, akin to. Ganoon, kailangan antayin muna natin yung dalawa mag-usap.
Alright, so the president will still not dictate, but spell out the powers that VP Lenny can have.
Not spell out. Kasi si VP Lenny would want certain powers. Di ba? O, edi tatanungin niya si Mr. President, pwede ba itong akin? No? Antayin natin. Hindi pa natin alam eh.
How much power is the president willing to give the vice president?
Basta kailangan maging successful ang drug war. Kung sa tingin niya, hindi pa successful.
Okay. Sir, internet, question lang. I think yung question between who's more weightier than PIDEA chair and the vice president who is a vice president and a cabinet rank
Ay, di
official.
si Presidente magdi-decide nun.
Presidente pa.
Siyempre.
Salamat, Joseph. Alexis?
Secretary, kasi si Vice President may mga assumptions siya eh. I will read her statement, no? Pero sa dulo, ang pinakamahalagang konsiderasyon para sa akin ay simple lang. Kung ito ang pagkakataon para matigil ang patayan ng mga inosente at mapanagot ang kailangan mapanagot, papasanin ko ito. So may assumption siya na may mga killings na ganon. How would these assumptions affect yung relationship niya with the President
Basta
and the Cabinet?
siya ang drug czar. Kung anong gagawin niya, edi tingnan natin. Basta, ang purpose palagi, tapusin natin itong illegal drugs.
But do you think such assumptions could, affect yung harmonious relationship supposedly with the cabinet? Kasi meron na siyang notion na
that's
may...
speculation eh.
Kasi may notion na siya
Kasi
na may mga namamatay
hindi pa
na
natin alam
innocent.
pag nandun ka na. Halimbawa, ikaw ang crime czar. Pagkatapos, may nag-report sa'yo. Okay, nandun ka mismo, nakita mo kung bakit napatay yung isang tao dahil lumalaban. O, hindi ba? Mababago ang perception mo kasi kung dati hindi mo nakikita tapos actual nakikita mo, tama pala. Di ba? Hindi pa natin alam.
So you're saying yung pagtanggap niya ng post, it can somehow educate her about yung reality?
Kasama lahat yan eh. Kasama lahat. It can enlighten her or it can even deepen what she believes in. Depende. Nandun na siya. Siya makakaalam ngayon kung tama yung mga sinasabi ng mga kalaban ni Presidente o kasama na rin siya doon o mali. Kasi nandun na siya. Kung mga nasa ground ka na eh, hindi ka na lang nakikinig. Iba siyempre yung nandun ka sa ground.
Okay, Sec.
Okay. MPC, mag-last 3 na tayo dun sa issue. Ina, Chris, last Rose.
Sir, this is sort of similar to the other questions. You mentioned earlier that the president does not interfere with members of the cabinet. So is the president giving the vice president a free hand in, for example, reviewing the drug war because she's just starting off?
He said so himself.
So does the president need to seek or rather, does the vice president need to seek the president's permission for let's say instances where she wants to execute major changes in anti-drug operations?
The vice president needs to know the scope of her authority. That is basic. And one occupying a new position.
So the question is, does she need to seek the president's permission if she wants to implement major
It
changes
depends
in the
kung
drug
ano yung
war?
agreement nila. If she can do it already, ba't pa hihingi siya ng permiso? Kaya nga hihingi niya na yun bago pa lang siya maupo eh.
Okay. So for now, for example, sir, if we ask you, can she go as far as suspending anti-drug operations pending review?
She will have to talk with the president so that she will know the extent and the scope of her power as drug czar.
Thank you, sir. So for now, sir, hindi pa malinaw sa Malacañang. You can't give us a clear
Sa
or
Malacañang
detailed-
malinaw, pero siya, baka hindi pa malinaw sa kanya.
Ano yung
Kasi,
malinaw,
Ay,
sir?
hindi natin nga alam.
Akala ko malinaw.
Kung ano yung nasa batas, yun ang malinaw. But the vice president may want...
Let's disregard what she wants. What are
Oh, no, that's very... No.
Sir, we're
The
asking...
vice president has made some conditions. Remember? Marami siyang hinihingi. This is the time for her to ask the president. Baka meron siyang gustong hingin. So let's not preempt her.
Sir, sorry, ano po yung sinasabi niyong malinaw in as far as...
Di malinaw na siya
Malinaw sa
magiging
tasks
siya
niya.
ang drug czar. She will be on top of the situation. Campaign against illegal drug trafficking in this country.
Okay, if it's
And there are laws for that. So
Kung-
she has to enforce that.
Okay, kung malinaw po as drug czar, can she, for example, order a stop to anti-drug operations?
What? Hindi
Or
lang
kung
she
malinaw
will
na
stop drug. Siya ang
Review,
mag-i-initiate ng drug.
pending review, because she's just
If you're the
starting out.
drug czar, syempre, yung mga police drug operation, malalaman mo yun. Syempre, ma'am, ganito ang gagawin namin, ganyan-ganyan. Ako ang boss nyo. Mali yata yan. Itong gawin natin. Di ba? Ganun
Okay,
lang yan.
so
Ikaw
she
nga ang
can.
bossing eh.
So she can, that's what we're asking,
Oh.
sir. Can she right now, let's say, order police officials, o i-hold niyo muna kasi pag-aaralan ko muna ngayon.
It goes without saying, if she's the boss, then she can do that.
Okay, without seeking the president's help.
Eh, siya na nga, in-appoint na nga siya. Ano ba kayo?
Without
Na ano? Kaya nga precisely, they have to talk. Kasi sa ngayon, hindi niya rin alam kung ano. Kasi like may question, Sir, co-chair eh. Di kailangan tanongin mo si Presidente. Kailangan mo malaman mo yung scope ng authority mo. Ganon din ang gagawin ko kung ako na-appoint.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Chris.
Sir, ano niya naman po yung masasabi niyo dun sa tingin ng iba, according to VP Lenny, yun daw pong inalok na position sa kanya ay trap para siraan at pahiyain lamang siya. Naghahanap lang ng damay ang gobyernong Duterte. At, ayun sir.
Sinagot ko na rin yon. Ang sagot ko noon, ever since, yung mga nagsasabi noon, ayaw lang nila magtagumpay si VP Lenny. Ayaw nilang tanggapin yon para magtagumpay siya bilang isang public servant serving the people. But she proves to be smarter than them.
Chris, okay na? Okay. Rose Cos, ipahabol lang si Raymond at saka si Joseph. Okay. Okay na, Chris? Kay Rose Cos, please.
Hi sir, good afternoon po. Sa statement po ni Vice President Robredo kanina, may binanggit po siyang ganito. At kahit sabihin na natin ang alok na ito ay pamumulitika lamang at hindi naman talaga ako susundin ng mga ahensya. Meron din po kasing binabanggit yung ibang politiko na nagsasabi dapat din pong may kalayaan si VP Robredo na mag-appoint ng mga bagong pinuno sa PIDEA, DDB, dahil syempre bilang drug czar, dapat may tiwala din siya sa pamunuan ng mga ahensyang to. So, meron din po ba siyang karapatan na mag-appoint?
Nasagot ko na rin yan. Di ba sabi ko, kailangan malaman niya kay Presidente ang scope ng authority niya. Malalaman natin lahat yan pag nagkausap na silang dalawa.
Anong assurance naman po na talagang susundin, o anong magiging assurance na susundin siya ng mga ahensya kung hindi niya papalitan yung, hindi niya po sigurado yung katapatan?
Hintayin na lang natin yung dalawa mag-usap tungkol sa scope ng authority nilang dalawa. Niya.
Okay, sir. Another question po. Bilang co-chair, pero ang titulo ay drug czar, so anumang desisyon niya po, kailangan ba ng consensus ng interagency committee?
Antayin na natin uli kung anong pag-uusapan nila ng Presidente tungkol doon.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
Okay. Last two doon sa acceptance. Bombo, last kay Joseph. Raymond? After Joseph, other issues.
Just taking off from your answers to Ina, very clear answers now. So meaning she has the authority to replace, remove, or
No, I didn't say
appoint.
that. I told you repeatedly, the Vice President has to know the scope and extent of her authority. That is why she needs to talk with the President. Until such time, we cannot speculate. We cannot insist on that she has this authority or she has none. Hindi pa natin alam lahat yun.
Going back doon lang sa specific
Hindi,
na...
yun na nga sinagot ko na nga. Yun na rin ang isasagot ko sa iyo.
Yung sagot ni Ina na can implement whatever she wants to make the operation successful because siya yung anti-drug czar. So in so doing, therefore, she has the authority to, for example, to remove, replace a PNP drug operations or drug operators if she saw it na unfit yung official doon sa anti-drug operations.
Same answer to the question.
Thank you, Raymond. Okay. After Joseph, other matters na tayo, konting other matters. Joseph. Mike.
Sir, di ba pag nag-offer ka ng position, alam mo kung ano yung ibinibigay mong position, correct? Yes? Diba?
Hindi naman ako nag-appoint eh.
Sir, but you're the spokesperson. My
Oh,
God naman.
I will only express to you the thoughts of the President.
Exactly.
If he
You have the
hasn't
EO.
told me anything about it, I can't say anything about it.
For example,
So what is your point?
the basis
Oh,
is
what is
the-
your point nga?
I'll go to my point
Oh,
later.
what is your
Premise
point?
first.
Oh,
You have the memorandum from the president,
oh,
may tenure, and then may order na
Oh.
papatulungin yung PNP. Pag nag-offer ka sa vice president,
hindi na siya
trabaho
nag-offer.
yun.
In-appoint na siya. Hindi na siya nag-offer.
Exactly. So trabaho yung ibinigay kay VP Lenny,
Oh.
correct? Anong klaseng trabaho? Drug czar, correct?
Oh.
Parameters. We don't know as of this time.
Hindi pa nga kasi nga si BP Lenny, meron siyang gusto apart from yung dati ng alam natin. Hindi pa natin alam kung ano ang gusto niyang iba pa. Kasi marami siya sinasabi na, I want this, yung mga colleagues na, hindi, hingin mo rin ganito. O lahat yun, sasabihin niya kay Presidente. Malalaman natin lahat yan after their talk.
Okay. So halimbawa, sir, i-restate ko lang yung question kasi baka doon magkaroon ng problema later on. Pag magkaiba yung direksyon ni Presidente at ni Vice President, ano
Hindi
mangyayari?
pa natin alam yun. Nag-i-speculate tayo kung magkaiba. Paano pala kung hindi? O, hindi pa natin alam kung
O
pareho.
ayaw niya na may patayan? Fundamental difference.
Hindi nga natin alam pa yun. Let
Sir, alam
us
natin
not.
yun.
You were jumping.
Alam natin yun, sir. No,
on
that's not speculation.
Di ba sinagot ko na, ayaw mo ng patayan kasi hindi mo pa alam na nandun ka sa ground. Di ba? Kasi naririnig mo, pinatay. Yung pala, nung nandun ka na nakita mo, harap-harapan, kaya naman pala. Oh, you see? So, hindi pa natin alam kung ano magiging posisyon.
So imposible yung gusto ni President, ni Vice President na
Hindi
magkakaroon.
posible, hindi pa natin alam lahat yan. Hanggang hindi pa siya nauupo, hindi natin alam kung ano magiging posisyon niya on a particular matter relative to the drug war.
Okay, so Sir Claro, from you, Palace offered a position that has no parameters.
The palace offered and appointed her to a position of anti-illegal drug czar, which means that all the laws relative to stopping the drug menace is to be enforced, and she is on top of the enforcement now after accepting that position.
And we don't, it's early to tell kung may fundamental difference in what's going to happen, no?
Hindi pa natin alam.
Okay, clear.
Okay, MPC, okay na tayo doon sa issue. Ihabol natin, okay. Ina.
So, are you advising the vice? Are you saying that the vice president shouldn't make any moves yet until she meets the president? Wala munang ganon.
Hindi. In fact, she wants to talk with the president. Di ba yun ang
Hindi, oo nga.
hinihingi
So,
nila?
meeting muna bago siya mag-start actually.
Siyempre, kung ako rin siyempre, Mr. President, I'm accepting. Ano na bang, what can I do and what can I not do?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Counting other matters. Okay na? Kaya pa. Okay. Tina?
Sir, kanina si Defense Secretary Lorenzana was saying na wala na raw calamity funds ang local government units, especially in areas affected by the disaster in Mindanao. Is there a need for Malacañang or the department to ask for additional calamity funds, supplemental budget, o isasama na sa 2020?
Hindi ko alam
national
yung
budget?
parting yun. I haven't talked to Secretary Lorenzana. Iba ang
Otherwise,
napag-usapan namin kanina.
anong napag-usapan niyo?
Scarborough yung pinag-usapan namin.
So, sir, anong update?
Scarborough, sabi niya, kahapon niya lang daw nalaman, ibabalidate niya kung ano yung report. Hindi niya pa daw.
Ina? Thank you, Tina.
Sir, tuloy po ba yung plano ni Presidente to go on leave, to rest for
Hindi
a
ko
week
alam.
after the...
Meron na ba
since
siyang
tapos na
sinabi?
yung ASEAN? Si Senator Bongo po ang nagsabi that the President was planning to do that.
Presidente yan.
So, for
Ako,
now...
if you will ask me, he really needs to rest. Kasi parang yung may mga comment dun sa mga leaders Parang your president looks overworked. Don't let him work too much. Yung lahat ng mga comment ng mga nandun.
So for now, sir...
Sabi lang naman namin, actually, yeah, he's working very hard. At the same time, he had an accident. So that contributed to what you're seeing now.
So no final plans yet, decision
Wala
if he
pa.
will push through
Wala
with
pa.
it? Okay, thank you, sir.
I'll ask him. He's supposed to be, we'll be talking anytime now.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Ina? Joseph?
other matters, yun pong pinag-usapan yun, DND, yun yung sa Scarborough, yung flares, no? So, DND level, trying to verify pa?
Kahapon niya lang daw nalaman niya, ibig niya, magre-research muna daw siya kung ano.
Pero hindi ba tauhan niya? I mean, military person yung nagsabi ng ano,
Right
February.
kung hindi pa nakakarating sa kanya siyempre babasahin niya pala itong mga dokumento.
Sir, within the AFP, alam na nila nangyari yung flares ng February, di ba?
Basta yun ang sabi sa akin.
So, my question is,
DND.
paano po yung response natin doon that China is asserting rights?
May response na doon si Teddy Boy Locsin, Secretary Locsin. Sabi niya, if Nika validates that, then he will file a diplomatic protest.
Diplo protest. Do you think, sir, that China is being aggressive now?
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know what do you mean aggressive.
Aggressive, like firing flares and then telling ships that Scarborough is a Chinese territory.
I will take the stand of the SNV. He'll have to validate what exactly happened there. And as well as adopt the stand of the Secretary of the Foreign Affairs that if it's validated by the NICA, then we will file a diplomatic protest.
So right now we can say whether it's objectionable or not. Palace side, no. We can
Well,
say
if that's true, we have to object to that. As the Secretary of Foreign Affairs says, we will have to file a diplomatic protest.
why is it objectionable?
Why not? If you're doing things that will aggravate the situation there's already a tension there. Precisely that is the common stand of the ASEAN members, that there should be an exercise of self-restraint among those who are claimants, so that it will not aggravate the situation there.
Is China provoking action in the South China Sea?
How's that?
Is China doing provocative actions in the area? Are these provocative actions?
Anything that will aggravate the situation, it is.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
MPC? No more questions? Celerina.
Sir, yung plan of the President to take arrest, does that mean that he will take a leave of absence at i-allow ang Vice President to act? Or taking arrest na ililesen lang yung kanyang mga ginagawa, yung mga engagements niya?
Palagay ko, ililesen lang.
So,
Workaholic yun eh. Ayaw papigil magtrabaho. Saka maraming the job of the President, just reading the briefer and signing papers. Tagal na trabaho yun.
so ruled out yung...
Most likely, he will lessen his volume of work para hindi siya masyadong pressured.
Thank you, MPC. Maraming salamat, Chief Presidential Legal Counsel
Thank you.
and Spokesman Secretary Salvador Panelo. Balik tayo sa Radyo Pilipinas, PTV4.